welcome to Worms and Warriors, and welcome to Grand Tactician The Civil War. This is our 1862 campaign, and we've had a very tough start here. We're heading into episode 5. We're at March the 27th, 1862, and we've just suffered a massive defeat here. Well, a defeat, anyway, near the Battle of... it was the Battle of Tennessee River, but really it was the Battle of Shiloh. We advanced on Grant, who was stationed right here, and we ended up getting our butts kicked in the battle a little bit, and we're now regrouping towards Corinth, Mississippi. We're going to sit there and kind of chill out for a moment, let our guys get some focus back. We'll do a little bit of reorganization. So much as it was a tactical defeat on the battlefield, I think this was actually a strategic victory. We crippled the Army of Tennessee. We knocked 5,500 men out of their ranks, plus more killed, of course. They're down to 29,000 men. They're dragging around 5,500 wounded men, and they're stuck down here with no supply. The biggest problem here is Pope is besieging B's division at island number 10. This was McCown's division, but I've pulled troops out of there. I've simply withdrawn them because this place is going to fall any second. So I've moved the 4,000 or so troops out, replaced the commander with a useless one, pretty much sacrificed this place. They have held this up for a little while, but it was never going to hold. We've got a small fleet in the river under Hollands. They'll try and slow things down again, but I mean the Union's got a massive fleet there which is going to steamroller us. And then we've got Fort Pillow just down the river again with a tiny garrison, but I mean what can I do there? Not much. Then Fort Pickering just south of Memphis. So the Tennessee River is in trouble, let's just say, especially with these forces coming down. The Department of the Mississippi, so this is Halleck's command, 72,000 men total. That's the Army of Tennessee there, 18,000 men. That's Pope's command, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. Then the Army of Tennessee here, Grant, and then Army of the Ohio, which is Buell up here. So we're facing substantial numbers. And we need to make a change in our military structure for the Army of Mississippi. The Army of Mississippi, rather. Albert Sidney Johnston is sadly defamed. Before we crack on with the episode proper, I just want to say hello if you're a returning viewer, or hello if you're new here. I appreciate anybody who watches these videos, and if you are new here, why not hit that subscribe button and check out the channel and see if you like what you see, basically. Well, see if you like what you see and then hit the subscribe button. We've got a lot of strategy gaming on here. We love this game, Grand Tactician The Civil War. Well, we love to hate it, kind of. Grand Tactician The Civil War. We've got lots of campaigns of this on this channel. It's quite a lot of fun to play, usually, although it does tend to cheat on occasion. But if you're a returning viewer, then don't forget to press the notification bell so you see when new episodes drop. And just a quick note that this video is chaptered, so if there's any bits you don't want to watch, then you can always skip ahead to wherever you'd like to go to. But let's get started here. Let's get started with a little bit of reformation. So we're going to get rid of Albert Sidney Johnston. I mean, he's a good commander, but we can't have a defamed army commander in charge of the Army of Mississippi, especially not when we've got an alternative. The alternative being Joseph Johnston. So Joe Johnston, we're going to put him in there. He's not quite as good as Albert Sidney Johnston in terms of stats, but I mean, you know, he's just his initiative which is missing, really. So we're going to pop him in there. So we've got switching one Johnston for another. We're going to keep the division commanders, the brigade command. What am I saying? The corps commanders, Polk, Bragg, Hardy, and Breckinridge. They're going to stay in place for now. I know a lot of you guys want Polk out of there and Bragg out of there, but I mean, to be honest, there's nobody to replace him with who's any better, and it doesn't make that much difference in game anyway. And in game, Bragg is not that bad. I mean, his cunning sucks. Obviously, his administration's good, which is important. Leadership, kind of irrelevant for the game, if I'm honest. I don't think it makes any difference at all. So he's got 3 in fame. He's got 3 in administration. Initiative and leadership suck. Let's have a look, see if there's anyone better. Maxie Gregg. So yeah, I mean, on the face of it, he looks a little better. His initiative's better. But realistically, what difference is that going to make? Oh, McCown is defamed. How's that? Not really sure. But I've just moved him out of that command on the river. You know what? Maxie Gregg is better than him. Better than Bragg. Let's put Maxie Gregg in there instead of Bragg. So he's going to command the 2nd Corps here. A nice big corps. I guess we'll keep Polk. Paul's got 2 administration, 2 leadership, 1 initiative, 2 fame, 1 cunning. I mean, he's not that bad. He was terrible in real life, but I mean, in game, he's not that bad. Division commanders then. Clark sucks, but, you know, again, who am I going to put in there? None of these guys are really noticeably better. I mean, 3 in administration, not bad. It's 6 and 2 threes, I think. There's nobody sensational available. So we'll leave Polk in there. Hardy's decent, very good actually, very good stats. I did consider replacing Albert Sidney Johnson with Hardy, but I thought Joe Johnson needs a command, and he's a man who knows what he's doing. So we've done that and we've put him in there. Beauregard, we've still got him out here forming the Army of Arkansas. Small force, but you know, I hope Beauregard does a good job out there. Van Dorn is still recovering down here at Memphis. His readiness is still shot. We're still in the very, very early phases of this. We've had 2 huge battles. We had that battle at Shiloh down here, which was a bit of a bloodbath, sort of 20,000 casualties total. In the Eastern Theater, we also had a battle at Williamsburg. We've got guys, Union troops retreating down into kind of towards North Carolina, which is definitely a problem. We've got Judy's Bluff under siege. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot happening here. So I've had a few more unit requests, but I can't keep on top of where they are in the comments because they came a week ago or so. It's been a little while since I've done this one. I've managed to find one. That's the Culpeper County Dragoons. So Fitzhugh Lee is the commander as requested, and we talked about switching over the unit to that, and you know, those guys are all right. So if you did request a unit and I haven't put it in, then I do apologise. It's very, very hard to keep on top of where everything is in this game on YouTube. Sorry in terms of comments. So if I did miss it, then stick a comment on this video, and I'll promise I'll put it in the next episode. So Army of East Tennessee we've got over here with Kirby Smith, going to have about 11,500 men in it. I want them to push up towards London in Kentucky, but whether that'll happen or not, we'll find out. But the main key is we're going to have to regroup over here. And I'm going to get started in a moment, but first I'm going to go through some of these units who fought, and we're going to talk about casualties and inflicted and things like that. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. If not, skip forward to the next chapter. Alright, so let's have a look here. We're going to find the viewer units, and we're going to talk about casualties lost and inflicted here. The Habsburg Brigade under Philip Phillips. Let's have a look what you did in that battle. You suffered 43 casualties and inflicted 457. Nice job. That's very good. One of the few rifle-armed units here as well, so obviously that's why they did a bit better, I think. The Paducah Volunteers suffered 161 casualties and inflicted 278, so not bad going for Stephen D. Lee's boys there from Kentucky. The 3rd Arkansas, they had a really, really tough time. Let's have a look what they've got here. Suffered 460 casualties and inflicted 348, so they were part of Claiborne's flanking force, which didn't quite go to plan up there. But, you know, they did all right. They recovered twice. Pierce, he's all right. He did okay. He's not defamed, at least. Evans, let's have a look here. So I think that's it. There was only a couple of viewer units in here, actually. So it didn't take as long as I thought it would. All right, so I'm going to press play here, and the plan is we're going to hang fire. We're going to try and recuperate down here, and we're going to let some weapons trickle in. Lincoln unwavering. Union invades the south. Yeah, it's because we just got our butts kicked there. I want to see what happens here. I want to see where these guys go. This corps, which one is it? Is it the 4th Corps, maybe? Yeah, the 4th Corps is retreating up the river, and they're going to escape up past Fredericksburg, I guess. The 2nd Corps is retreating down towards North Carolina, and that is definitely a problem. 11,000 more men. Plus the Coast Division is here too. 8,500 men there. The Union force is coming down from Kentucky. Morgan's command. And the Army of East Tennessee is actually still in winter quarters. So we've withdrawn back towards Corinth, and we'll be staying there for a while to recover some readiness and let some wounded men recover health and so on. So these boys are still retreating up the river here. And we're under siege at Judy's Bluff, so we need to make sure we capture this, and we need to retake our bloody prison camp, which the Union have somehow managed to magically take. So they're retreating back up towards Northern Virginia, towards Manassas, and that suits us just fine. I don't want to make any more movements, certainly in March. We'll let them do this. I mean, they're coming down. I think it looks like they're going to come for a scrap. Let's have a quick look at Kirby Smith's force. In terms of weapons, what we've got to give out? Not a lot. Not a lot at all. We've got a handful of rifled guns, which is nice, but musket-wise, we've got nothing really. takes a long time to order these weapons. So 3,000 Richmond rifles would take 141 days. I'm going to put that order in anyway for 3,000 of them. I mean, there's not many, obviously. We've already got 10,000 Fayetteville's on order. Alright, so Grant hasn't moved or anything like that. So that's nice. Yeah, our units are done down here. They are in red for everything. We've got low food. Provisions are very low. Forage is low. Ammunition is alright at least. Readiness is very, very, very low. So hopefully they're going to be supplied by this depot at Decatur, Alabama. Huntsville depot there. The Mississippi district down here is recruiting some troops in so we can bulk out some of these armies. Well, it looks like we're going to have a fight over here, and I never actually checked them, did I? 10 days away for this Caswell battalion moving in, but they're not going to be there in time for that fight. What else we got here? We've got Smith with Napoleon, so that's the only artillery we have in this unit. We do have Ashby with 2,000 cavalry and Ferguson with another 868. That's in Wickham's cavalry division. We've got Barton's infantry division, 3,500 men. And Stevenson with 5,500, well, 5,200 with 464 disabled. That being Ledbetter, Donaldson, and Reynolds, all armed with mixed muskets except for Reynolds. Disappointing. Anderson and Rains. Oh, Rains has at least got Enfields. Anderson's mixed muskets. So we've got nothing to replace these with. We do need to pick up a win here. We really do. Morgan's command coming for us. 7,000 men. That's ambitious, though. The Coast Division's heading towards Lynchburg. I can't really move anybody. They're still pulling out there. I don't really want to move anybody yet. It's still March. I mean, we'd have to march across towards Lynchburg as well, which, you know, is a problem. How many men has the Coast Division got? 8,500. And then the second course down here with 11,000. So, we're moving up the Charleston Squadron. And I want to try and... I would like to kind of blockade this place, because if we can stop supplies coming to New Bern, surely there's not going to be much in the way of supply getting to the Coast Division of the Second Corps, because how much supply can possibly be coming this way? Hampton Roads is on the north side there, so Hampton Port. So I'd like to stay clear of this fort, if you don't mind, and then we'll see if we can blockade this the town of New Bern. But so they have some supply there, but not a lot. So surely if we blockade that, it'll be even less. Yeah, they're definitely coming for us. If 7,000 men is accurate, that's going to be a hell of an ask for those guys. Alright, yeah, so he's come for us. George W. Morgan. 6,834 men. All infantry. No guns, according to this. So we're going to face him with our 8,000 infantry. Almost 3,000 cavalry and 15 guns. Let's see how this goes. I mean, we're going to play it, obviously. Our men are in winter quarters here with decent readiness, fully supplied. Let's see. I mean, let's see. Battle of Knoxville, Tennessee, March the 29th, 1862. So this is going to be a bloody march. A very bloody march of 1862. Okay, so a defensive situation for us. As it should be. Union are entering the field from this northeast corner. Battle of Knoxville. So we're literally just we're gonna defend the point and let them come. See what happens. I will set up the defenses and I'll cut back in once we're done. Alright, so we've gone for another really basic defense. I've got our cavalry on the left flank. I've got some guns behind parapets just on the left. Not parapets, breastworks. The infantry's kind of spread out this way. We've got Anderson's brigade off to the right in case they come down this right flank, which, you know, they might well do. We'll deploy some skirmishers out to take this stone wall just so we can keep an eye on things. I might send the cavalry out to do a bit of scout and see what's going on. And we'll take it from there. So the infantry, I'm going to get them to set off building a few breastworks. If nothing else, they'll get a little bit of experience out of it. So let's get started with the battle. I'm going to send Ferguson's cavalry brigade out to do a little bit of scouting for us. And we'll dismount Ashby's cavalry and we'll get them constructing some breastworks as well. Keeps everybody busy. Going to move Wickham up, the division commander for the cavalry. We've not spotted the Union yet, so possibly they're coming down this way, past Shepherd's Place, Patch Farm maybe. Seems quite likely, actually. Yep, there they are. I thought they would be coming. Okay. We're going to reposition the guns, and we're repositioning an infantry brigade over to the right flank, and I'm going to see what they're going to do. So you've got 4 small-ish brigades. Looks like 1,700 men in each one. Let's wait and see what they do here. They are hitting our skirmishers, but we're pulling them out. There's no way they could have stopped them. So our casualty numbers are crazy high again straight away. 100 losses for Anderson. 35 inflicted on the enemy. It's got to be due to our poor weapons. 140 losses. It is 50. Terrible. I mean, they're taking fire from like 2 infantry brigades and cavalry as well. We've got 500 men in this brigade. Bullshit. Broken. Absolute bullshit. How could they possibly lost 500 men? Yep, tough slog again. Ashby's cavalry moving in a bit closer. It's very hard to break these Union units on the very hard setting, which, I mean, you would expect, I guess. But, I mean, it's very hard. Yep, at least we've broken those guys. Nice. The enemy's retreating. I can't blame them. I mean, what was he even thinking attacking here? Although we have taken substantial casualties, which, you know, sucks. Oh, weapons are a real problem here. And shot to shit from distance when we're not even in range. Get Ashby in there. Charge him down. Nice. And the other cav? Excellent job. Why is Ashby flashing? Just relax, mate. Alright, I mean, that was pretty solid. I mean, lost a few more men than I would have wanted, but a win's a win. Minor victory. 1,500 for them, 1,300 for us. Colonel Wickham has become famous and is an inspiration to his men. I mean, he was the cavalry commander. I suppose he did okay. I don't think he did anything spectacular, but, you know, we'll take it. Nice job, Wickham. And we did need that, so it's bumped us back to 86 national morale. We were at 80, 85, so that's nice. At least let's pause this and have a quick look over the battle results. Morgan's command, retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered a total casualties of 1,489 men, 175 killed, 335 captured. Morale is believed to be nervous. We lost 1,365. That sucks, it really does. 159 killed, 209 missing, the rest wounded. Morale is determined, supply situation mediocre. We captured 900 rifles, and we sent some guys to the prison camps. Okay. So at least that's that. I mean, that was it was nice to get a little victory here, that's for sure. In eastern Tennessee by Knoxville. But we're now carrying around 2,000 disabled troops and has taken this force down to fewer than 10,000 men, which, yeah, I'm not happy about. What have we got here in terms of weapons? Let's have a look. Nothing. Captured a couple of hundred Springfield muskets, and that's about it. So it's a bit of a short episode today. I'm going to stop the episode right here. I do hope you enjoyed that little battle, and if you've got any thoughts on strategy or what you would like to see happen, drop it in the comments, and if I can make it happen, I'll try. This army, the Army of Mississippi, is going to have to recuperate. Army of the West is nowhere near ready for action. We have got troops recruiting into the Mississippi District, and in the Army of the South, we need to clear out North Carolina. We need to stabilize Virginia. And if we can, I would like to push back on Nashville and see if we can retake the state capital of Tennessee. So there's that. The Army of the Trans-Mississippi is still forming. It's taking a long time. We're still holding them up on the river here, which is obviously excellent. We've just managed to send them scuttling back. I mean, I'm surprised that they came down south through the Cumberland Gap with a force of 7,000 men and engaged Kirby Smith. The difference being, of course, that they can pretty easily replace their 1,500 men there. It's a bit of a struggle for us to get 1,500 new troops into Kirby Smith's force, but hopefully some of these disabled and wounded troops will come back into action. His readiness should go back up, and we can take it from there. The main problem is, of course, the east with these armies. The force is scattered around in the Eastern Theatre. It's a real problem here. Where is our force in the Richmond Department? So we are recruiting 9,000 new troops, so that should help alleviate things a little bit. This blockade over here, is this doing anything? Well, maybe it hasn't quite kicked in yet. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. It's a bit shorter than usual. I'll be back with another episode later in the week. I do hope you liked this one. And if you did, please leave a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. And like I say, strategy thoughts, pop them in the comments. I'll be happy to discuss them in the comments. We've also got a nice, friendly Discord community on the go. I'll put a link to that in the description and in a pinned comment at the top, as well as a link to the series playlist so you can go and check out any episodes you might have missed. Have a great day. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra for now.